Jesus says, be watchful, be alert. Generally speaking, when we hear words like that, be alert, there are two positive responses to make. One is simply, okay. And the other response to this command, be alert, is, why? What am I looking for? What's going to happen? And the second response, the why, shows a little less trust, but it's also a positive response because God gave us an intellect to use, and we like to know reasons why. It helps us to kind of dive in and take things seriously. But so often, we don't always get all the reasons we want. And there are times when we will ask that question, why? When we don't trust the person who has given us a command. If we don't trust them perfectly, we will insist, I need to know why. For example, a teenager asks an extension on her curfew because a party is going to go past midnight. And the teenager says, Mom, is it okay if I return home around 12:30 or 1 o'clock tonight? My friends are going to be watching a couple movies, and it's going to go at least until midnight. And it's so embarrassing to get up from the movie at 10:30 to make sure that I'm home by 11 o'clock. And Mom says, no, sweetheart, I need you to be home by 11 o'clock. Now, what would be the most trusting response? Okay, Mom. But what's going to be the response? Why? And the parent has a choice. You can reach beyond your teenager's lack of complete trust in your better judgment and respect her ability to search for reasons by saying something like, because we're going to 8 o'clock Mass tomorrow and then to Grandma's, it will be a long day and you all need some decent sleep. Besides, statistics say that nothing good happens after midnight. Or, Mom could insist on perfect trust by pulling the authority card, which really is the right of parents. Why can't you stay out until 1 o'clock? Because I'm your mother and I said so. But Mom, listen, I have my reasons. Just trust me on this one. Despite what it might feel like, it's not my purpose in life to make you miserable. If leaving the house or leaving the party at 10:30 is so embarrassing, then just stay home and don't go to the party. There is more than one solution to this problem. In today's gospel, Jesus is describing his second coming, and the apostles quietly ask him, when? When will this happen? His response is one that asks them to simply trust, because he simply says, be watchful, be alert. Then Jesus begins to give them a reason. He says, because you don't know when the time will come. So this is kind of a mysterious answer. It doesn't really answer their question, like, when is this second coming going to happen? It challenges their intellects, and Jesus is forcing them to go back to just trust me. Just be alert. Because really no one knows when it will happen. And I think, as Jesus is asking them to basically say, okay, that there are things in our lives that kind of challenge us, and maybe some of the more common things might be, for example, is it really that important to go to Mass every weekend and then these holy days of obligation? I mean, we get that it's important, but really? Or when it comes to like seeking God's forgiveness in the sacrament of reconciliation, we know we're sinners. We need to go to confession. We don't look down on people who go to confession, hectic, pulling the authority card, like mom, who maybe just doesn't give all the perfect reasons and just says, this is the way it's going to be. There are other ways that maybe we are challenged. We know that the Lord wants us to forgive 7 times, 70 times. But this time, we want to wait for an apology. We think we might know a better way. We're ready to make our marriage better. We're ready to be better parents or grandparents. But we need to see a sign of appreciation. We need to see the other person make a change first. But Jesus keeps telling us, love one another as I have loved you. And we have the opportunity to say, okay, or why? It just doesn't seem fair. Who's going to love me? Let us trust the Lord and allow this season of Advent to be a fresh start, to seek answers and reasons why. But at some point, reasons aren't enough, and we simply have to say, okay. And that's a beautiful response of loving trust.